Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another of my videos. Today, we're going to have a look at AI again, and the reason we're going to do that is the Prime Minister sets out a blueprint to turbocharge AI, and I thought we'd have a look at that. But before we get on to that and the implications that that might mean for you and I, the clear thinking people who do have some sort of noggin up here that can do a bit of critical thinking on things that are going on in the world, I just thought I would have a look at this email that came in from Frank, who says, Dear Richard, excellent monologue, and yes, we are losing the ability to think. I did a video yesterday about are we losing that ability. I truly despair, he says, at times. However, there's always a bright side which we must search for and cherish. Absolutely. And I do try, if possible, to put some sort of positive spin on things where we can, because we don't want to live in fear, and that is what they want us to do, and we don't want to do that. That's how we can connect with the source, whatever it is, God, the universe, the creator, whatever it is, and carry on. And have a wonderful life, which I'm sure we all will. I'm just asking in the email if you could plug the event in Edinburgh, the Scottish People's COVID Inquiry. We're really struggling with tickets, and I've invested in fortune in time and money, and this is very important. We want to have the people's, certainly the Scottish People's COVID Inquiry into what happened, as we know, in 2020 and then again in 2021 with a certain medical intervention. He says, if you can give it some welly, I'd really appreciate it. Regards from Frank. Well, Frank, I will definitely do that. So here is a graphic he sent me, and it's just to remind you, have you or anyone you know been affected by the COVID vaccines? Were you forced to take the jab? Come along to the Scottish People's COVID Inquiry on the 22nd of February in 2025 in Edinburgh. And he said there's a telephone number there for further inquiries. We are here to help. You are not alone. For the people, by the people. And I'm not sure if there is an actual web page. Let me just blow that up a little bit so that we can see. There is a public telephone number which you can see there. And I think there's a Facebook page. There's a Telegram group. Can you make that out? Can I make that any bigger? Let's just see if I can make that a tad bigger. Hang on, bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Scottish Vaccine Injury Group.org. There's Facebook is Scottish VIG. We've also got abhealthclub.com, and the Telegram group is Common Knowledge Edinburgh /42. And there's a telephone number there if you wish to give it a ring. Brilliant. Okay, so that was that. If you're somebody who has, or you know somebody who has, and you think that there might be some useful information, then do pop along to that. And let me know how it goes. That would be fascinating. Right, now on to AI, because this is something that does worry me. Because we were talking about the ability to thinking for ourselves, critical thinking, and AI is being introduced left, right, and centre, isn't it? All over the place. And even a friend of mine who was setting up a GoFundMe page said, to save me the effort, to save me time, convenience again, I use ChatGTP to write the text for it. And you think, well, what's wrong with that? It's a little bit of time-saving thing, isn't it? But every time, it's the slippery slope, it seems to me. The slippery slope. That is, every time you let something else or someone else do those things for you, you're slowly losing the skill. We know that a lot of people's spellings and grammar has gone to the wall because there's so many online things to do that. People can no longer add up or multiply because calculators came in, started with the slide rule, if you remember those from your early days. And now people they do not need those skills. They don't know how to use books. They don't read books in the same quantity because there's so many YouTube videos. Heaven forbid that I would possibly add to that. And there is just so many diversions and so many things are done for you. It's almost at the point where we don't really need to do anything because something else would do it for us. Now, to me, that's a worrying trend because it means that we have no longer, and I've said this so many times, we no longer take responsibility for ourselves. We've seen that in the food market, have we not? That people will go to a supermarket. I know, yes, he's going to trope out the same old things. That, of course, the food from the supermarket is it's nutritionally depleted. It has no vitamins in it. That these are basic Frankenstein foods, chemically produced, but it's convenient. And that we know that people no longer even know how to boil an egg or make something simple. They can manage beans on toast, let's say. But can they do anything more? The children have no notion that a chicken is a feathered animal that runs around pecking at all sorts of things in the wild. They think it is just some pinkish sort of meat on a polystyrene tray. Where does it come from? It comes from the supermarket. This is the problem. We've let so much of our knowledge. People can't name trees. People no longer know, I don't know, the difference between the mugwort and bird's foot trefoil. You know, the different types of small grasses that you would find if you went out walking. And this is just a slippery slope. So AI, here we are, is going to take more of our ability to do things for ourselves and make it automatic for us. So Prime Minister sets out a blueprint to turbocharge AI, artificial intelligence. It says we'll deliver a decade of national renewal, it says. And the plan was announced on the 13th of January, so a month or so ago. And this is on the government website, as you can see. But what does it say? I mean, a lot of people are worried that this is going to take away a lot of jobs. People were encouraged, weren't they? School leavers a while ago were encouraged to get into coding for websites and things. And then Mark Zuckerberg said, no, you won't need to do that because AI will do it all for you. AI to plan the change, to drive a plan for change, helping turbocharge growth and boost living standards. Is it, or is it really just to do lots of our jobs and put us on universal credit? That sort of thing, so that we no longer have to work, but we're not incentivized to work. Public sector to spend less time doing admin and more time delivering services. Really, that would be interesting. Dedicated AI growth zones. What the hell is that? To speed up planning for AI infrastructure, which, by the way, will include, when you drive along the motorway, the AI cameras apparently are out there, so that if you happen to use your mobile phone or your seatbelt is off, or you clip, I don't know what it is, 1 mile an hour more than a speed camera says it is, or the correct zone is, you'll get automatically done. Does that make it any fairer? Does that make it a nicer service? Who knows? 14 billion and 13,250 jobs committed by private leading tech firms following the AI plan. I don't quite understand. I mean, maybe they will have for a short duration as they implement the AI, and then once the AI is in, it seems to me that what really will happen is they'll be sacking people left, right and centre because they won't need them. Artificial intelligence, it says here, will unleash across the UK to deliver a decade of national renewal. Yes, but what does that really mean? In a marked move from the government's approach, the Prime Minister is throwing his full weight of Whitehall behind this industry by agreeing to take forward all 50 recommendations set out by Matt Clifford. Max Clifford, I think, is no longer with us, is he? Or he's in prison or something. So what is it that these 50 things are? Here's the Prime Minister laying the foundation. You can find it all out, but here we go. The AI growth zones, the AI Energy Council, data library, AI skills and talent, changing lives by embracing AI. What does that really mean? No doubt it will also have AI judges. I think that's coming. So that, because there's not enough time, is there, for people who are pushing back against the council tax and saying that that's a fraudulent thing. The AI judges will be able to do it very quickly. But will they be real judges? Will they have the presence of mind, or will it just be a program? Will it think for itself? We're told that AI is supposed to think for itself, but every time I speak to anybody who knows about AI, they say, no, it's not really intelligence. It's sentient. It's not like it really has the ability to think. It's only as good as whatever the program is shoved in it, which personally is what I believe. They may have some sort of learning thing so it can learn more information, but can it have the same intuitiveness that you and I, as souls in bodies, can actually have? We can contact the source. We can get inspiration that has sometimes nothing to do with the immediate information that's been programmed into us, but it can come from a different thought. And I don't know whether you get those. I hear people talking about having downloads. I don't really understand what that really means. I have intuition, gut feeling, gut reaction. I don't have downloads. That sounds very computeristic and a bit AI in and of itself. So just be wary of those people who have downloads. Maybe they are actually AI people. It's just a weird term, isn't it? That's all I can imagine. But intuition, a sudden inspiration from something from nowhere. We get that as these soul creatures, as sentient beings in flesh and blood bodies going about the world. That's what we get. Will that be with AI? I don't think so. I am slightly concerned, well, very concerned that AI is going to take away people's ability to think even more, and people don't think enough because they've relied on their phone, on mainstream media, on anybody and everybody else to do their thinking for them. And they no longer do it themselves. It is a sad situation, but there will be, ladies and gentlemen, you and me, and many like us out there who will be will be picking up books, will be thinking for ourselves, will be writing our own stuff, will be doing things for ourselves, will be taking back responsibilities. This is really just the beginning of the end of their system. In my mind, this is what's happening. They can only push this so far, and eventually we will realize that we don't want all this handouts and all this charitable stuff and the universal credits and stuff. We don't need any of that. What we need is ourselves and our ability to think and our ability to do things for ourselves and club together and have friendships and fun, and not a dole out from powers that would like to control us. Because every time somebody does something for you, there's a price to pay. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.